Here with possibly the most interesting person I've found here at the Chili Bowl, Troy Berry, an artist who created these awesome paintings here behind us. So I'm just going to ask you, first of all, what is your background in racing and what led you here to Tulsa?
Well, I grew up in a racing family, racing go-karts, and I have a cousin who was a mechanic for some of the teams here. So he invited me out and asked me to bring some of my racing art, and I was here about 3 years ago, and I did some paintings for Christopher Bell. So this is my first time back now in about 3 years. So just decided to come out and show some artwork and see some great racing.
You mentioned when we were talking a few minutes ago that you actually do a little bit of racing yourself, so tell us about that.
Yeah, I race go-karts, asphalt go-karts, both sprint and road racing. My son also races. I grew up racing go-karts, so I'm actually a fourth-generation go-karter. And so my dad, my grandpa raced, I race, and now my son is racing. So we've been in the racing, interest in racing for a long time. So
I see you've got some Chiefs gear on, so first of all, hoping for another Super Bowl, but where are you from? Are you from Kansas?
Yeah, I'm from Wichita, Kansas. I grew up there, and so I grew up a Chiefs fan. So yeah, we're pretty darn happy that they're doing so well the last few years. So
now the artwork here behind us, I enjoy art, but there's no way I can make something like what we have down here. So how long does one of these pieces behind us take you?
Well, it just depends on the complexity, but in general, they take anywhere from about 40 to 50 hours for the smaller pieces, up to, for instance, the Dale Earnhardt piece has over 100 hours in it. So it just depends on how detailed they are, how complex they are. So
now you have canvases here behind us, but what other kind of art do you do?
Well, I also do helmet painting. Since I'm a racer, a lot of the go-kart drivers are all into custom helmets, and so I started painting helmets a few years ago. So I also paint custom racing helmets. So
how long have you been doing artwork for?
Actually, since I was a little kid. I'm one of these guys that was always drawing in class, and I started drawing. Some of my earliest memories as a child of 4 or 5 years old is sitting and drawing race cars, because my dad was into racing back then. So I've always been interested in race cars. I've always been fascinated with them, and so I've basically enjoyed drawing them for over 50 years now. So
how long have you been coming to the Chili Bowl?
This was my second time in the last 4 years. So
I'll ask you a racing question then to finish it off. Who's your pick to win tomorrow?
Well, I'd love to see Christopher Bell win again. So he's kind of my guy. He's my favorite NASCAR driver. So I'd love to see Christopher win. And if not Christopher, then I'd like to see Kyle Busch win, but I'm not sure he's going to get into the A main. So Christopher's definitely my pick. So.
Thank you.
Steven Stump of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.